Welcome in, everybody. Josh here, 8-Bit Goonies. I'm back again for a deck tech. Again, all of my deck techs are physical copies. These aren't ones that I'm adding fluff to. These are copies that I'm actually physically playing in the store at game nights. So while they're not super tuned to the level that obviously they could be if I was just pulling a deck list off of Curio. They're my decks, and this deck I actually have won some games with, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. We're talking about Savior tonight. Savior obviously has the ability tap, player draw, sight. It's a 21, just like everything else. It has pay 1. Ward a minion that was summoned this turn. Ward is powerful. Ward is definitely powerful in the right scenarios, in the right hands. This is a great card. And I've gone with a Earth Fire build. And it works. It does. A lot of the play is to get charged creatures out. We want to attack right away, and then use those wards for a few other things as well. Now, one caveat with ward is you cannot ward an evil creature. So there are a couple evil creatures in this deck, but I do that mainly just for their super strong abilities that also help me benefit. You don't have to ward every creature you play. I found that out as well. So let's just jump into it, and we'll start off with the uniques. So I do play a Tord Omphalos. Card draw in this game is hard. Basically, I'm going to go through the cards and I'm going to tell you why I play them and why I think they're so good. And obviously, if there's any synergies, I'll mention that as well. But Omphalos gives you the extra draw. This is an Earth Fire deck. This gives you the ability to cast any of your spells. Obviously, they draw to the Omphalos, so if it goes away, you lose all those cards. But I've found this card to be just invaluable in this deck. They speak for themselves. You need an Omphalos almost to be competitive at any level these days. Next two cards we're going to do together. That is the Crusade and the Jihad. These cards are awesome. Not only are they awesome for the artwork and for what they are and what they represent and the little FU to Magic the Gathering that they're in the game, they're super powerful. So basically, this one lets you summon Earth minions to affected sites, and this lets you summon Fire minions to affected sites, and then it gives +1 power to allied minions of the same sort. So allied Earth minions and allied Fire minions. So that's huge. It's not giving a global benefit. It's an asymmetrical, giving only to you that benefit of +1 power. And it lets you summon right into enemy territory. So you cast this over on a square, the 4 squares where their avatar is. And we do have haste creatures. So very good cards. Very powerful stuff. Next, we run 1 Blaze of Glory. I'd put as many of these in the deck as I possibly could if I could. Blaze of Glory is freaking amazing. An ally fights each enemy near it one at a time. It doesn't die until it's done. This can be a 2-for-1, a 3-for-1, a 4-for-1. I mean, you get it on, something with your Jihad in that area, and you're doing an extra 1 damage to each of their creatures. It's Blaze of Glory is so powerful. Every time I've cast Blaze of Glory, it has felt really good to cast. Next, I do run Tithe. Back to the Omphalos. Card draw in this game is few and far between. Tithe is awesome. You draw 3 sites, basically. It is a bit costly on the Earth threshold of 3, but I haven't found, with a 2-color deck, we'll go over the site base here shortly, but I haven't had any trouble casting Tithe. So 1 mana as well to get 3 sites in your hand. You want to, I do find with this game, with everything but the Pathfinder, you do hit that wall of, do I draw a site? Do I draw the spell book? And then you end up drawing the spell book and you're short on sites to play. It's a careful balance. It's a careful balance. I do run Immolation. It's a fire spell. It's 1 for 3 and 3 threshold that deals 7 damage to target nearby minion. Doesn't have to be adjacent, which is big. Nearby, and 7 damage is a lot. You can do a lot of damage with 7. You can get rid of most creatures in the game doing 7 damage. So 1 Immolation. Archangel Samael, very powerful card. Airborne, it's already warded, so you don't even have to worry about giving it ward. It is 5 mana and a 4 threshold card, which is a lot, so it doesn't come down early in the game. But it has a Genesis. Players lose 1 life for each evil minion they control or in their cemetery. I mentioned we do have a couple evil minions, but not many. It punishes those. It has the airborne. It has the built-in ward. I love Archangel Samael. I think he's very powerful and a very good fit for this deck. I run a Sir Lancelot. He has Lance. He's a 6 cost. Again, 4 threshold, but it's 2 fire, 2 earth. Not hard to reach necessarily. But yeah, he won't come down early, obviously. The first time Sir Lancelot fights each turn, untap him. So if you get the Lance on him, plus, and he's a 4 attack, 6 defense. So he's very hard. He's very sticky. He's very hard to kill, especially when he's got Lance, which basically gives him first strike. So he gets to attack for that first time he attacks is for free, or for usually for free. But then he's going to have a ward on him as well, in theory. So very, very tough to remove. Very good card in the deck. I also run Bowler of the Evil Eye. I just love his ability, to be honest with you. He is expensive. He's another 6-drop minion for 6. He's got 6 power, 6 toughness. Once on your turn, Bowler may deal 2 damage to 1 unit each location in a cardinal direction. So he can deal damage here, damage here, damage here. Boom, boom, boom. And it's your choice. It's not a random flip or just it hits everything. He can, it's, he's shooting from his Cyclops eye. So it's very, very cool. I love Bowler of the Evil Eye. Yeah, he's good. He's not the best. He's kind of more a flavor card in this deck. I absolutely love him, and that's why I play him. Supremus. I do run a couple knights in this deck. He is 4 mana, and he's 3 threshold, 1 fire, 2 earth, 2 attack, 4 defense, but Lance and lethal. So with Lance and Savior giving him the ward with that lethal, and nearby allies are immune to lethal. That hasn't really played much part in this deck. I haven't really come across that being a thing. There's not a ton of lethal that I've found in this game yet that people are playing. I do run it, obviously, with ward. It's fantastic. He's got the Lance, which is a first strike as well. So basically, you're going to get 2. Again, he can be a 2 or a 3 for 1 before he actually leaves the battlefield. That's what you want with this game. This card is amazing. Archangel Michael. He's warded already. He is 5 for 4 threshold, 5 mana, 4 threshold earth. Airborne ward. Genesis. Michael takes a step, then strikes all enemies at his location. This is a good finisher because he can go sideways or diagonally. He comes in with a ward, and yeah, he can. Again, he can be a 2 for 1, a 3 for 1, a 4 for 1. He can wipe out necromancer skeletons. Super powerful. I do like that a lot. And my last unique in the deck is Gigantism. Give an allied minion +6 power this turn. It comes out of nowhere. Players aren't expecting Gigantism, I found, and especially when they've got some big creature on the board. But if you give it to the right creature at the right time, it is just devastating. So yeah, Gigantism, or you can, just like that, put somebody on death's door with that card. So that's really the true beauty of it. I do run 2 Gargantulas in the deck. We're getting into the elites now. He is a 4 mana, 3 threshold earth. Genesis Gargantula may drag an adjacent minion here, disabling it in a cocoon until a unit at its location taps it for free. That is such a setback, especially on a powerful minion. Obviously, if they have a skeleton or something that they can move in and tap, but otherwise, it's really tough because they have to move into the location, then waste the whole next turn tapping to free it. I find a lot of times with Gargantula, depending on what you get, but for the most part, people consider that creature dead. And it's a Genesis, so you don't even have to tap to do it. It was just when it comes into play, it drags it to it and disables it, cocoons it. Awesome. Awesome card. Arjaro, the Exorcist. This is more of a situational card, but he's a spellcaster. We do run some spells, so it's not terrible to have him in there. Banish target adjacent demon, spirit, or aura. Auras in this game can be devastating. They can be really powerful. It's nice to have the option to get rid of an aura on the spot. He's fairly inexpensive. 2 mana to cast. He's a 2 power, so you're not going to do there. Actually, there are a few tricks you can do with him. I'll show you later that we'll get into with the smaller creatures in the deck. But the fact that he can banish a demon or a spirit as well, because there are some very powerful demons, and spirits can be powerful as well. Nice to get rid of those. But the aura is the key thing. But it's flexibility. Cards with flexibility are fantastic. I love this card. It's so powerful. 2 earthquakes. You may rearrange sites within a 2x2 area, carrying along with it everything of normal size. Then burrow all minions and artifacts on those sites. This is awesome. I don't have burrow creatures, so you really want to do this on their sites, or where your creatures are not, I should say. I've actually used it to move my sites back into their territory, so then I can start summoning on them if I don't have the Jihad or the Crusade out. But yeah, they get clustered up a little bit. Boy, you can just wipe them out. A lot of people, nobody's playing burrow, I've found, so I don't play it either. But that's why Earthquake is so powerful at the moment. Angel Ascendant has airborne and +1 power while warded. Well, there you go. It's a 2/3 basically. It's a 3/3 airborne card basically, because you put the ward on it with the Savior. Yeah, it's just a good card. Good card for this deck. Goes with Savior. It gives you that synergy. This card, I've actually used this to win the game. Searing Truth. I've talked about it before. I think everybody knows now Searing Truth is the truth. Target player draws and reveals 2 spells, then takes damage equal to the higher mana cost. It's so good. It's so awesome. Again, this deck loves card draw, and because we do have some lower cost stuff, we run out of cards in our hand. This lets us draw it. I don't mind my spellcaster here. The Exorcist comes into play, does this thing, gets rid of an aura, gets rid of a demon. Then I cast Searing Truth on it. Cool. I don't mind sacrificing it to draw 2 cards. But once you have your opponent on death's door, this is a win spell. You just cast it on your opponent. They draw 2 cards. As long as they hit anything with a mana cost, you win the game. So, Searing Truth, again, versatility is huge. 2 Holy Novas. Now, I'm back and forth on this card, but I do like it. So it deals a grid area. Deal damage to each enemy at affected locations. You may break an allied ward to center the spell on that location instead of the caster. So, again, we do have some spellcasters in the deck. Obviously, it can be on your savior as well, being the spellcaster. But most of your creatures, not most of them, a good majority of them will have ward. So, this is great to cast. Basically, it makes every creature a spellcaster in your deck for that card, and it's powerful. It's a good small little board wipe. It's a situational thing. It's on the cusp. I don't know. I may end up cutting it. I don't know. I do like it though for now. There's a lot of necromancers running around, and to be able to wipe out all their skeletons with one card is very good. Next, a card that needs no introduction, the Pudgy Butcher. The Pudge Butcher. He's immobile, 4/5. Tap, shoot a projectile. If it hits a unit, drag it to this location, and then the Pudge Butcher may fight it. So he can't move. You get him out, and he just starts wrecking shop, though. Now, he is a demon. He cannot be warded. So that's one of our cards that breaks with the trend of the deck. He's so good, though. I can't not run him in an Earth deck. He's so powerful. In fact, I know they've got him on the... the Pudge Butcher alternate is on the Dust Store. I think I may have to... I don't know. I'm saving my dust, but I may have to do it. Shield Maidens. This was a suggestion by a friend, and I think I'm going to keep him in. Nearby allies take 1 less damage. 3/2. Once they're warded and moving along with your other creatures, that is pretty good. That is pretty good. I don't know. They're on the cusp too. I'm kind of playtesting them right now. We'll see what happens. This card, though, is magnificent. 3 War Horses. They're 2/2. They have charge and carry an ally. They basically give extra movement to your team. That's critical. Movement in this game is very important, obviously. And Warhorse gets your guys on the move. And you throw a ward on them, it's fantastic. So, yeah, big fan of Warhorse. I will not be cutting the Warhorses. They come down, they instantly start moving your guys around. Next, we get into... This is an interesting card. Centrophy. Genesis' target adjacent site is silenced and provides no threshold while Centrophy is in the realm. Now, I've been unfortunate when I've played this card because I've gotten it late in the game. It doesn't do much late in the game. Silencing a site can be good, but taking away threshold early in a game is amazing. I suppose I could put 1 more in. I might end up doing that. Because if they come down early and they eliminate a threshold, especially if you're up against a multicolor deck, that can be devastating. Obviously, I thought they were demons, but they're not. They're fairies, so they can be warded. Again, this is one I'm on the fence about, but I think I'm going to keep it, and I think I'm going to add 1 more because if you get it down early, it really is good. Next is a backbone of this deck, Red Cap Poweries. They have charge. If they haven't attacked by the end of your turn, they die. They are always attacking. This is a card you want to get your Jihad down. Red Cap Poweries with ward, just start swinging them. They can be devastating. And this is 1 too. I don't mind casting a Gigantism on a little later in the game. You're talking about, what is that? 9 damage. That's an instant death's door later in the game. So, great card. I will absolutely not cut the priorities. Then we get into our ordinaries. Now, I only run 2, but I do run 2 landmass. It's a 3 mana, 2 threshold, draw a site. You may play a land site. I find it to be it's a ramp card, right? It's 3 mana ramp. It comes down at a crucial time in the game. If you have 3 and you're at your threshold, you can draw a spell on turn 3 or 4 and still play a land and still play a site. So I like landmass. In fact, the only reason I don't run more is because it's not that great late in the game, obviously. But boy, if you can get it on turn 3 and get that free ramp without having to waste a draw on a site, that's pretty good. I do run 2 Revered Revenant just because it's a 1 mana for 3 power, and I find it almost always works because it has to be an ally. So basically, it has 0 power unless adjacent to an allied ward. So we'll get into sites. I do have sites that give ward, but most of your creatures are going to have ward. So again, they're going to be next to something. This is where you have your shield maidens, your revenants, your other creatures, your war horses, moving them around a little bit. Things are going to be close and tight, and as long as you just keep them adjacent, man, 1 for 3 is so good. Especially when you can start casting stuff into their territory with Jihad, and obviously that would be Crusade. These guys are awesome as well. Again, Jihad cards, Wild Fanatics. They're 2 for 2 with charge. They're easy to get out early. They can start doing damage fast. They're just great. Again, get them on the board with your Jihads. Jihad comes down on turn 2. Wild Fanatics come down on turn 3. They're doing 3 damage per turn. Boom, boom, boom. It's devastating. Such a good card. This also, I find, is a fantastic card. It doesn't have charge, but it's a 2 for 3. So with Crusade, Bosk Troll, 2 mana, 3 power. Cast it into your opponent's site with a Crusade. It's a 2/4, and it starts swinging next turn. With a Gigantism on, it's a 2/10 for 1 swing. I mean, that's Death's Door. Hello. Awesome. I run 4 Gift of the Serpent in this deck. For 2 mana and 2 fire threshold, you give an allied minion lethal this turn, and it cantrips. It draws a spell. That is critical again in this game. Replacing itself is awesome. It's basically a kill spell in this deck because most of the time your creatures are going to have ward. You give them Gift of the Serpent. They're going to kill. They're going to lose the ward. You're going to draw a spell, and you get to keep your creature, and you get to kill whatever with lethal. So, Gift of the Serpent is good. It has the draw. If it didn't have draw spell, I don't know how it wouldn't be playable probably. But since it cantrips, that's just awesome. We got a couple cards left, and then we'll go over those sites. Smite. Just check. Yeah, we're all good. Smite is awesome. Maybe cast to any ally. Strike target adjacent enemy. If it's evil, banish it instead. Sorry, maybe cast by any ally. Strike target adjacent enemy. If it's evil, banish it instead. So it's just it's a good kill spell. But there's a lot of evil running around, so it's kind of situational. There may be games where it doesn't get played, unfortunately. If you're weaker than your opponent, there's not much it does. But banishing an ally or banishing an evil is really good. It can be really, really good. And then the last card is the 4 Kettletop Leprechauns. Death Rot draws sight. Again, anytime I can not waste my draw on a site is critical. So when they die, you draw a sight. These are guys you want to get in early, start swinging, and you hope they die, honestly. You hope you can get 2 damage in, 4 damage in, and then they die, and you get that sight in hand. Great card, though. I really like Kettletop. I know they were... I wasn't around during the beta days, but I know they were considered one of the better cards early on in the game. So that is the main deck. We'll do sideboard last because you'll see from the sites what we're doing with the sideboard here. I don't have a ton of uniques. Let's just start off with the uniques. So I do 1 Pillar of Zeros. Just keep them here. Banish all dead minions and heal 1 life for each. So we have no recursion in this deck. So creatures in our cemetery do nothing for us. So we might as well get some benefit from them. Pillar of Zeros is it. And getting rid of an enemy cemetery is pretty darn good sometimes. Fields of Camelin. On Genesis, each player chooses 1 of their minions, kill the rest. This is a card that you play, you time it, right? There's a time and a place for Fields of Camelin. And when you time it right, it's brutal. It's devastating. Core Crematory, again, I don't want anything in the cemetery to harm me, so we might as well destroy cemeteries as we go. So once you hit 4 fire threshold, if a card would be placed in a cemetery, banish it instead. We're just getting rid of it right off the go, right off the rip. Pilgrim Shrine. I only have 1 of these in the deck because I only have 1 physical copy of it. When a minion leaves here, transfer the site's ward to it. It comes in warded. So just playing it, the site's warded, but you just have to move a creature through there and it picks up the ward. It's a free benefit on your avatar. Hey, look, more cemetery hate. Funeral Pyre, Genesis, banish up to 3 cards from 1 cemetery. Fire threshold, might as well. The Forlorn Keep. If you've got 2 Earth, Genesis, you may cast a Penitent Knight from your collection. I've got 4 Penitent Knights in my sideboard. I run 3 of these. Free Knights, why not? Again, I find whenever you can cast a card for free, or it's not for free, you have to pay the mana, you have to have the threshold, but you're not giving a resource out of your hand. It's a free resource in your hand, basically, for just playing an Earth site. So I love that. Step, we know what Step does. It's your dual land. It's such a good card. I don't have... this deck really does need the Jihad, Crusade, Step, but I don't have it, of course. Consecrated Ground. Evil has no power here. I think we only have... do we only have the 1 evil? I believe so. Yeah, I think the only evil card we have in the deck is... yeah, because that's... yeah, there's not much evil in the deck. The Pudge Butchers. So obviously you don't want to cast a Pudge Butcher on top of that, but your Pudge Butcher isn't moving anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, just a good card. Shuts down evil. Again, situational, but there's no harm in putting it out there. Active Volcano, really good just to get that 2 threshold for fire. Hillside Chapel. You may pay 1 to tap. You may pay 1 to tap and ward a nearby allied minion. So, in theory, something loses its ward. This can give it back to it as well. Again, we're looking at our ward synergies here. Fertile Earth is the same thing as Active Volcano, just giving you the 2 Earth threshold. And I run a couple of deserts. So I run 2 red deserts, and 2 remote deserts. And lastly, I do run a troubled town. Genesis, you may cast townfolk from your hand to this site. So they're just 1 mana, 2 drops, or 1 mana, 2 power cards. All right. I don't know how much I lost there. Fertile Earth. Sorry, my dang camera shuts off after 30 minutes. So hopefully we didn't lose too much there. The 2 deserts, or sorry, 4 deserts. And then lastly, the 2 troubled towns. Because you do get to cast the Eltham Townfolk for free, or not for free. They cost 1 mana and they're 2 attack power. Again, anytime I can get something for nothing, basically that gives you that card in your hand for free. So my sideboard is very simple. I just run Knights and Townfolk. I don't have any toolboxes in this deck. I'm trying. Look, toolbox can go in every deck, right? I'm trying to break that trend a little bit and not most of my all my good decks, my mostly competitive decks, my Necromancer, my Pathfinder, I do run toolbox. I wanted to build a deck without a toolbox with a different reason for a sideboard. So that's what this deck is. So anyway, guys, that is my Savior deck. I've had very good luck running it. I've won some games definitely with it. I really do enjoy it. I have to set a reminder for myself with this deck that I have the Savior's ability, because there are many times where I will cast a creature, summon a creature, and I won't do the ward, and I'll summon another creature. And I think back, oh man, I should have warded that first one probably. But, that's the breaks. That's what happens when you're learning to play a deck. So I might still make some tweaks on this. I've got the deck in the description below. Hey, we're hitting 5,000 subs, guys. We are right there on the cusp. So thanks, everybody. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button. It means the world to me. We're doing so well. And yeah, I'm going to keep coming back with deck techs. I'm going to go through my Pathfinder list. I have updated my Necro list, and I just built Harbinger. So I really, really like the Harbinger deck. It's a lot of fun to play. I've only played it on Tabletop Simulator so far. Haven't played it in person. Plan to play it in person this coming week at the shop. Harbinger is cool. It's a total toss of the dice at the beginning on what sites you pick with Harbinger, but it's a really, really fun deck. So I'll go through that and my Pathfinder soon, but hope you enjoyed my Savior deck. Again, all my deck techs are my physical decks, not some dreamed up concoction that I wish I had or whatever. No, these are the ones I'm playing in store, in hand. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care.